You are now tuned in to the Kicking the Dolo YouTube channel, the latest sports YouTube channel on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you tap in and don't miss out.
Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. Today's trying to tap it. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They trying to block all my blessings. They thought I lost the stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping.
Let me tell you what Kobe Bryant is to me. To me, he is the GOAT, the greatest player that I have ever watched play. One of the greatest of all time, maybe the greatest of all time. The epitome of excellence, dedication, hard work, drive, and the will to win. And just reaching for the brass ring, basically, and never being satisfied with what's currently going on or the position that you're in, and always wanting to strive to be better. A lot of people can say that he's Michael Jordan 2.0, and I can understand that given the fact of how his game is, who he modeled his game after. But he saw something that he wanted to be, and he became that. So, in my opinion, to me, Kobe Bryant is the greatest of all time. Now, to you, it may be Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Bill Russell or Larry Bird or whoever it may be. But to me, Kobe Bryant is the greatest player of all time. 5-time NBA champion, 2-time Finals MVP, 2008 league champion. What else? 18-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 2 third teams, 2 second teams, and 11 first teams. 12-time All-Defensive team, having 9 first teams and 3 second teams. Kobe Bryant is possibly the greatest player of all time. When I was younger, that's just who I grew up on. A lot of people were LeBron fans, and I remember there was a point in time where you was either a Kobe fan or a LeBron fan, and that pretty much is cool. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that at all. But me, I was a Kobe fan. The Lakers, that was my team. Riding out with them when I was younger, that's basically who I mainly caught on, basic television. So that's just who I gravitated towards. I also was a little bit of a Steve Nash fan. I did fall in love with the way he could manipulate passes and things of that nature. But when it came to scoring the ball, shooting the ball in clutch moments and stuff like that, and just having the mentality of I can't be stopped, and I know that Kobe was one of the best. A lot of people like to say LeBron is a better all-around player, and I can understand where you can make that comparison, and if that's what you prefer, that's just what you prefer. But me, Kobe Bryant was it. The battles that he had with the Celtics, especially in 2008, it being very heart-wrenching for me, being a young fan, not really understanding basketball to the level that I know it now. But yeah, just seeing and, Kobe get all the way to the finals, and then Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and, Paul Pierce, and also Rajon Rondo, and also others. I think Mikael Pietrus was on the 2010 team. Was he on the 2018? I don't know. But yeah, man, it was just real heart-wrenching to see Kobe, basically give it all he got and, ultimately come up short. 2009, the season they said he was supposed to play LeBron in the finals. They had a whole bunch of commercials, the puppets, Muppets, whatever you want to call them. It was really, really cool, and they were really hyping it up. Now, a lot of people say LeBron James didn't live up to his end of the bargain and, fulfilling that. Other people may say that the Orlando Magic and Dwight Howard at the time were just unstoppable, given the fact that Dwight Howard was close to MVP status. I believe this is where his run during when he had like 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in a row. And he was just basically unstoppable. Extreme lob threat, big man, paint protector. And everything is the offense essentially ran through the Dwight Howard, but it didn't run through the Dwight Howard, if that makes sense. Jamil Nesson would bring the ball up the court, probably would dump it down into Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard would possibly either do a move or kick out to a shooter. Bang, Mike Breen style. So, yeah, man. Watching Kobe go up against them, Sasha Vujacic, I believe Ron Artest was on the team, Lamar Odom and them guys, and it's crazy to say that Kobe is not running the ring without Derek Fisher. Derek Fisher is like a good luck charm, in my opinion. He's Kobe's good luck charm. You didn't win the ring without him. But it was a point in time where Kobe was also supposed to have Chris Paul on his team. I believe Paul Gasol was going to get traded to the Houston Rockets. And the Charlotte Hornets at the time, New Orleans Hornets at the time, basically were going to get some players in a boatload of draft picks. But yeah, I really don't understand or know why the league didn't ultimately veto the trade, because that was the point in time where I think Hurricane Katrina might have happened, or it wasn't too far out of that, and the New Orleans Hornets basically was owned, I think, by the NBA. That like all of the executive decisions was ran through the NBA since they didn't currently have an owner at the time. But yeah, I believe if Kobe would have, ultimately been able to team up with Chris Paul, given the fact that I think they still had Ron Artest. I believe Andrew Bynum was still going to be on the team. But now losing Paul Gasol was a big thing. But yeah, man. Yeah. Kobe, I believe, would have possibly maybe have had 6 or 7 championships. Given the level player that Chris Paul is, we all know the elite playmaker that he is. Allowing Kobe Bryant to play more off the ball. And, basically, Chris Paul can also take over for stretches at a game. And you can also, Kobe can rest more, not just on the court, but off the court as well. Just not having to play as many minutes due to the fact that Chris Paul, like I said, can take over games and, manipulate the game to where he sees where he's playing at his pace and nothing's too fast for him, and he's getting his teammates, wide open shots, looks. They did end up playing with an all-time great point guard, Steve Nash, even though it was towards the end of his career. And I believe if Steve Nash and Kobe may have teamed up possibly, maybe 8-9 years previously, then I think they would have been, the type of tandem that we were expecting them to be when Steve Nash came. They also had Dwight Howard. Him and Kobe didn't really mesh well. Dwight's personality, Kobe's personality. Kobe really isn't the best teammate for the most part. But, yeah, man. Lackluster. They still kept Paul Gasol. So it was just like a dynamic four of sorts. Expecting to be, but Kobe was later in his career. Steve Nash was later in his career. Paul Gasol, wasn't the same Paul Gasol that he was, and Andrew Bynum, injury prone. Just he was a great young player, and ultimately during their times where they went to the finals 3 years in a row, Andrew Bynum was a big part of that. Basically just playing off Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol basically in the high post, catching the ball, either making a move, or he was a very skilled passer. So, Bynum, he could get a lob or cut to the paint or something like that. Or maybe Kobe might find him, or Derek Fisher, or, whoever the ball handler is at that point. But Andrew Bynum, he was a decent player, had a nice back to the basket game. Could do the little jump hook with either hand, dunk, great lob threat, like I said, offensive rebounder, pretty decent, just what the Lakers needed in that 7-foot Twin Towers that was, really dominant. And, paint presence was a big thing back then. And the Lakers really had that. But, like I said, ultimately it didn't end up working out. Bynum, I believe, ended up being traded to the 76ers, or he was let go or something like that when Dwight Howard came. Given the fact, I believe he had a knee issue. Like I said, he was very injury prone, but I think the knee was the final straw for the Lakers. And ultimately ended up having Bynum being shipped out. But, yeah, man. Kobe, like I said, the part of his career I can really remember. I didn't really watch him too much when he was number 8. I mainly caught him when he was, 24. And it was really cool to go back and see the history behind the 8 and the 24. Just seeing, the type of player that he was. Even though the first game I ever saw, I believe, was the 2001 finals. Or it could have been a playoff game. I know the Lakers were playing and it was on ABC. So, and I wasn't really that old. I believe I couldn't have been no older than 5. So that's where I fell in love with basketball. I always played basketball. I always had a little hoop when I was younger, and I always used to shoot on it and stuff like that. But I didn't really know I would grow to love the game the way I do now. And Kobe was a big, big part of that. His final game, very, very interesting to see, given the fact over the last couple years of his career, you could say it was due to the way he pushed himself, the amount of time he worked out. I believe it was 3 times a day, and still, doing stuff for his family, but he also was taking time away from his family just to basically, do his thing and try to be the best player that he could be. But Kobe, man, very injury prone, the rotator cuff, the Achilles, yeah, man, just things like that, man. It was real, real hard, but it was real good, to know that it was his final game. I graduated high school maybe a month after that, so it was like a piece of my childhood. It was really hard to basically grasped the fact that next NBA season Kobe Bryant would not be a part of it. Now he did his thing, trying to give back and opening the Mamba Basketball Academy, I think, and just basically given the fact that his daughter Gigi, God rest her soul, God rest both of their souls, and all the other people that were in that incident. We're not gonna really touch on it too much, but yeah, man, it's real cool to see how he was trying to give back, man, and it's real saddening to know that he's no longer with us. But Kobe Bryant, to me, will always go down as one of the greatest players of all time. Like I said, he's my GOAT. And this is just me, explaining to y'all what Kobe Bryant means to me. So this has been your boy Dolo J. Until next time.